Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a genuinely beautiful little story about how sharing your unique skills, the things you're naturally great at, might actually be the secret to fixing your own internal struggles. You know, it's a simple tale on the surface, but it packs a massive punch when it comes to connection, purpose, and honestly, the sheer healing power of giving. So let's start with a pretty profound question. Can fixing someone else's brokenness actually mend your own? It's a big thought, right? Well, to unpack this, we're going to look closely at the story of a master craftsman living in this quiet, cobblestone village called Oakhaven. I want you to just keep this question right in the back of your mind as we follow along on his journey. All right, Section 1, The Master's Lonely Rhythm. Meet our guy, Silas. Now, externally, he's an absolute master. I mean, the man can mend literally any clock or mechanism you put in front of him. But internally, well, he faces a reality that he just can't seem to fix with his tools. And that's a really profound loneliness. His days just tick by in this incredibly predictable rhythm. He's constantly surrounded by grinding gears, ticking pendulums, the echoing of the town square bell. Basically, he's living a life of total mechanical perfection, but absolute emotional isolation. It's like despite having every tool in the world at his workbench, he's stuck with this quiet, isolated heart. Moving on to Section 2, The Battered Heirloom. So this predictable routine completely shatters on a brisk December morning. This young girl with bright, inquisitive eyes pushes open the heavy wooden door of Silas's shop. She hands him this really battered, completely silent wooden music box and tells him, "My grandfather gave this to me. He said if it could be fixed, music would return to our home." I mean, wow. You can see the stakes right away. She isn't just asking for a standard mechanical repair here, she is literally asking him to restore joy to her entire household. Silas carefully takes this delicate heirloom from her, and he assesses the damage, and honestly, the diagnosis is severe. We're talking about a completely rusted internal spring and several gears that are just entirely beyond repair. This is definitely not a quick fix, but recognizing the immense weight of what she's asking, Silas commits himself to the challenge. He gently tells her, "It will take time. Come back on Christmas Eve." Which brings us to Section 3, the 3-day restoration. For 3 tireless days, Silas just completely dedicates himself to this music box. He is pouring all his energetic, meticulous labor into it. Step 1, he carefully replaces the rusted parts, basically fabricating new life where there was just decay. Step 2, he polishes up the weathered wood, bringing back the exterior beauty of the heirloom. And then, Step 3, which is the most delicate work of all, adjusting the tiny brass comb until it aligns absolutely perfectly with the cylinder. You can really see the pure dedication of a craftsman pouring his totally unique gift into a broken object. He's not just fixing a toy, you know? He is investing his time and his absolute mastery into a promise he made to a little girl. Let's look at Section 4, The Melody Returns. Okay, so after 3 days of this intensive, painstaking labor, Silas finally turns the key. Now remember, for years, this guy's life had been completely defined by the cold, mechanical sounds of isolation. Grinding gears, ticking pendulums, echoing bells. Just noise, really. But now, as he turns that key, a soft, enchanting melody totally fills the empty workshop, echoing these joyous tunes from his own youth. It's this beautiful moment where that mechanical isolation is just completely pierced by the sound of connection. And then Silas smiled. A sensation he hadn't felt in years, just warming his chest. This right here, this is the emotional turning point of the whole story. The very act of applying his skills for the sake of somebody else has caused the thick ice of his own isolation to start thawing. The healing actually begins in the act of giving itself, way before the little girl even comes back to the shop. Finally, Section 5, Healing the Quiet Heart. When the girl finally returns on Christmas Eve, her face absolutely lights up as she joyfully cradles the music box and hears that familiar melody spilling out into the room. And sure, yes, she receives a mended toy and gets music back in her home, but the deeper impact, that's on Silas. He realizes that his craft is about so much more than just mechanics. She hadn't just asked him to fix an object. She had, completely unwittingly, provided the exact cure for his own internal isolation. It's such a powerful reminder that sometimes the absolute greatest way to heal a quiet heart is simply to share your gifts with others. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a rather provocative question, drawn right from the core of Silas's experience. What gifts are you keeping hidden that could heal a quiet heart? We all have a unique set of skills, right? Our own personal version of clockmaking. So how can sharing your unique abilities help mend the world around you? And in turn, maybe finally heal yourself? Take a moment today to really reflect on what your music box might be. Thank you so much for joining me to explore this. Keep learning, keep sharing, and keep growing.